Hey everybody, Bruce here, back with part 6 of the Kiara's Pizza project. And in the last video, we were able to include the nav bar in our design and also the order form. But as you know, right, let me go back here. We click update here. We want to be able to fill in the data here from Bruce's order because we clicked update on Bruce's order. So what do we need to do now, right? So let's go back to update order, and actually right up here, right? Actually, we'll do it right up here. We need to have some logic in here, some PHP logic that's going to talk to the database and get the information for Bruce's order, right? So the first thing we're going to need is that connection to the database, right? That PDO connection to the database. We'll start there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to store the ID of the record, right? That's in the URL, right? Of ID, right? And we'll assume that people are getting to this page via that. We're not going to check to see if it's set. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to query the database using that ID, right? So if we generate some SQL that says select star from, right, customer order, and now we need to say where ID equals, and then the placeholder, right, the PDO placeholder for ID, right? So there we go. So let's prepare our statement, and let's say, hey, database, let's prepare the SQL with the SQL variable, and then we need to execute that statement. Remember, we need to pass in the associative array ID for the placeholder, and then the value ID, and this needs to be that, okay? So that's that. And now what we need to do is we need to say, hey, let's go get the order. I'll save it as a variable called $, and I'll just say, yeah, pizza order. And we need to get one row, right? So we're going to say, hey, statement, go fetch, right? Go fetch a row. Not fetch all, that would be for multiple rows, but just fetch. And then if I just var dump, right? If I var dump out that pizza order, right? We should see, right? If I reload this page, we should, here it is up here. So here is that pizza order. Do you see that? Look at that. So now what we need to do is we need to get all of that data and plop it into this form, right? And do various things, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's close that. Let's close that. Oh, why did I do that? I have a bad habit of closing database tabs. So Kiara's Pizza. There we are. So let's look at the order form. Let's look at the order form. So I'm going to go to, what did I say? The order form, and right there it is, the form. And if you notice, right, I have all these variables: pizza type, right, quantity. So let me just let me get rid of the functions thing. Form, update, order, display orders. Let's get rid of that. Process. Let's get rid of that. So I need, right, I need the following fields: $pizza underscore type, right? So just to show you how this is going to work. So I need to now, since we have a pizza order, I'm going to say pizza type equals, hey, pizza order, what is the value of your pizza type property, okay? So just by doing that, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Look at that. It came up and set it to meatball. Look at that, auto-magically. So let's do the rest. QTY equals $QT pizza order, right? That's the object, and then we're going to get the quantity property. And then what else do we have? We have pizza type, quantity, and then we have customer name, street. Let's do that. So we have customer name equals, hey, pizza order. What is the customer underscore name? And then street is going to equal the pizza order that we retrieve from the database, the street. And then we're going to get the city, dollar pizza order city, right? You see how this is working? And then we'll get the zip, right? Dollar pizza order property zip. And then payment method, right? So dollar payment, is it payment type or payment method? Let's look at the form at the bottom. Payment method, okay? So payment method equals pizza order payment method, right? Now let's fire up this form again. I'm going to get rid of the var dump. Let me just comment it out. Let me reload the page. And look at this. We're on the update order. Meatball 5, Bruce Elgort, 123 Main Street, Vancouver. Oops, state. So I forgot state. See that? I keep messing up state. Dollar state equals pizza order. And get the state from the object. And go back. Look at that. Now, right, this is great, right? This is all going to be good, right? But when first of all, this place your order, right? That place your order thing, that should be really update order, and I think we'll cover that in the next video. But what I wanted to show you, and by the way, we're going to need this ID. We're going to need to make a change to our form, because what's going to happen here is we can change. Let's say Bruce only wanted 4 pizzas. Maybe we Kiara's Pizza. And they just called us and said, hey, I ordered 5, but I only wanted 4. And when we go to click update order, which we're going to change here, right? We need to be able to update the record, but we need to know that the ID of this original record, right? And check this out. It's ID 15. And when I click update here, we don't have, right, that information. You don't see it here, do you? Do you see on the form, right? Because when I click this button, it's going to perform a post, and the ID for that record is not going to be there. So we're gonna do a few things. So I have the data. Now I need to figure out how to post that back and use the SQL update command to update that particular row with that particular ID in the database table. So we'll keep this video short, and we'll be back with the next part shortly.